It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary. It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hello, Steph. How are you?
Hello, Gary. I'm good. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Here's another episode of rAVe TV, which we're going to have to end promptly because Gary and I have flights to catch.
We are literally flying to Dallas, Texas today for the Cydia show, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But this is rAVe TV. It comes live every Wednesday at noon on LinkedIn, on ravepubs.com, on youtube.com/ravepubs. I already said LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. We come to you live every week. This is our weekly TV show, the only weekly TV show still in the AV industry. Steph, how was your weekend?
It was good. I went and saw Barbarian again.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
You know what happened?
Yeah, but I don't know. I love scary movies, and I think that one, I know you said you just thought it was weird, and a few of my friends kind of agreed.
Yeah.
But the friends that I have who are like deeply into like well-made horror films, we're all like me. We're like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is genius. Never been done before. I don't know if I would
say you really. So you think it's genius? You think it's genius?
I thought conceptually it was amazing. I think the red herring they picked, the actor that they picked to play that red herring, was fantastic. I just think that they made a lot of really good creative choices. Yes, there were some weird scenes in the film.
Understatement.
Yes.
Understatement.
But I think conceptually it was amazing.
So last night I saw the David Bowie documentary. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Oh.
I was a big David Bowie fan growing up. He was very, he's the first singer to wear makeup in public, right? He was the first he's also the first that I know of performer to admit he was bisexual. I mean, he kind of pioneered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he did.
But then it's interesting in the documentary because he basically had this 2 or 3 year period of time where he decided he just wanted to make a whole lot of money and just make pop songs like Let's Dance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he went back to doing his weird artistic music. It's very interesting to watch because his whole career, with the exception of that 2 or 3 year block, is making music that only like core fans would like or appreciate.
That's true.
And then he had, he had Major Tom, which was sort of like coming out of that, and Let's Dance. I mean, and Pressure, he did that with Freddie Mercury. So, but most of his music is kind of odd, and you had to be like a big fan to follow him. Because I remember my friends when I was a kid saying, why do you like him? Because he didn't have mainstream music, but I just liked his voice.
Yeah, it's true.
I didn't really pay attention to his lyrics when I was a kid, but I appreciate him much more now.
Wasn't he in that movie?
He's been in a lot of movies.
Connolly?
He was in
Labyrinth?
A lot of movies. Yeah. I think he was in Labyrinth, yeah.
My little sister, this is so weird. My little sister was obsessed with that movie for like a 2 year period.
He kind of has these weird eyes and weird mouth.
Yeah,
he's very noticeable.
But she was convinced that like she was going to marry David Bowie.
How'd that work out for her?
No, I mean, he's no longer among the living, so not well.
But he's a really nice guy. He did some amazing things. It was a very long documentary though. It didn't need to be 140 minutes. They could have definitely done it in half that amount of time. But it was good.
I feel that though, because I'm always like, every time I've ever written an obit or done anything like that, I always like feel bad. I'd never want to pare someone's entire legacy down to like 800 or 1200 words.
Yeah.
So, and he has a pretty big legacy to fill. So I get like why, like, that's a documentary for the fans who are going to notice the little things.
And they didn't talk about a lot of stuff. A lot of the collaborations he did, they didn't talk about. They literally talk. He's very philosophical. I didn't realize how he kind of evolved as a human quite a bit in public. Anyway, I'd highly recommend it. Even if you're only a casual fan, I think you'd really like the movie. It's a little long, but I liked it a lot.
What's it streaming on, or is it?
I know. I went and saw it at the theater. I'm sure it might be
in the theater.
But I went and saw it in the actual movie theater.
Oh, you're
So,
different.
yeah.
You said I want to see everything in the movie theater.
And speaking of which, I saw. Have you seen the new Star Wars series?
No,
Andor. It's really good.
I'm behind on
It's
Star
quite a
Wars.
bit different than the others because it's a lot of backstory. The first 3 episodes are a lot of backstory. So I'm interested.
Some people don't like that. Some people don't like a lot of time spent like action. World building. Yeah. But I enjoy the context.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if you know, I remember this, but I went to the E4 last week on Friday. I was at the E4, which is the first fall sort of regional event. And here's some images from there. This is Alicia Henley doing her panel on the future of AV. She did a phenomenal job. She's a great panel leader.
She's a great panel leader.
Well. Here's some.
Yeah, she's excellent at everything like that. She just is so good at speaking to a room, no matter who that room is full of.
Yeah, she's great. There's some images of the show floor, just some kind of random things that we have here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that you get an idea. Here's
and then there's Tom Care's session,
and you can see the hall's busy. I mean, this was not like a little small show. It was.
Yeah.
They definitely. I don't know if they set a record in Washington D.C., but if they didn't, it was really close to a record because the place was full.
And then here's the audience shot from your session. Yeah.
That's during my keynote.
And there you are.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a great show. You can see all of our coverage of it at ravepubs.com/E4. Mm-hmm. And then our next thing is bring SWS back. What does that mean, Steph?
You don't know what that is?
That's I don't. Yes, I do. Come on, Steph. We're bringing Study with Steph back.
We are. I know. I just recorded my first episode today.
Oh my gosh! When will it drop?
We are dropping it on October 3rd. So okay. I don't know if many of you out there are Mean Girls fans, but that's National
day.
Mean Girls Day.
So, that is a killer day.
And as the meanest girl of all, yes, I'm releasing that episode. It's gonna be good. I have full faith that I will get my CTS this time.
Yeah. So the first time around, she did. I don't know how many episodes you did. 20?
Like 14.
14 episodes of her going through the process of studying for a CTS. Barely didn't get it on the test, but she's gonna get it this time.
Barely. I think that I was talking today in the office about how that made me the most mad because it was like the difference of a couple questions.
Yeah, literally.
And I was like, so that doesn't mean that I don't know the material. That meant that I second guessed myself on like one too many questions.
Doctors that go to medical school, it's pass fail. I think this thing should be pass fail. I don't know why you have to score so high. If you think about it, you're having to score higher than the guy or the lady who's going to do a heart surgery or brain surgery right now.
Yeah, when you put it that way.
It's true. Pass fail. Medical school's pass. Come on, you guys with the ANSI standards are complicating this.
That's true.
Hey, there's a great survey that we have online that I wanted to make sure that we had a chance to cover in rAVe TV.
Yes.
We're doing it on behalf of rAVe, and we want you to answer some questions about, do you like hybrid working? Do you like, what's going on with hybrid? I mean, and we want some honest answers there. So if you go to our website and just type in how do hybrid workers, you can do that as a search.
It's also, it's pasted to the top of the homepage too with the little stickies. So
okay, good. Thank you for doing that. And so you can take that survey and we want to know what you think.
We do. That actually, rAVe is asking us to help put that out there because they know that our readers have in the past been very honest when answering our stuff. So they're looking for y'all to really be honest and answer what's working for your company, what's not, so that they can potentially help make it better. So
yeah, and actually some of these questions we're going to post in LinkedIn as well, just to kind of grow the following there a little bit. And so yeah, you might see them appear on LinkedIn, but take them either way, wherever you see them, take them.
Yes.
So anyway, go ahead, Steph.
Talking about our sponsor, one of our sponsors really quick, Pro AV is our newest sponsor and partner here at rAVe TV, and we're very, very grateful to them. I wanted to talk about how did you get a chance to see them at E4? I
did, yeah. They actually, at E4, they had their latest camera. I think it's the 520 or 540, and they had a good setup there. I think it's only the second time maybe they've been in an E4. Their booth was really busy. They were right next to rAVe, and and there's a lot of collaboration going on between them and a bunch of other companies out there. And so they were in the kind of collaboration section of the hall.
They're really beefing up their Pro AV sector.
Yeah, they have the whole Pro AV group. By the way, the camera design, we don't have a picture of that here, I don't think, but the camera design is really kind of cool. This new style that they have for the PTZ camera, it's gray and white, which is, I think quite honestly, I think they're aiming at education because I think it fits in education really well. But I also think it can be used in any kind of corporate install, and it's different looking. Every other PTZ camera is black, so I think it has a little style. This head looks like a stormtrooper.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Well, Aver Pro AV will also be at the next E4 in Boston, and that is going to be October 20th. So do make sure to go and stop by and say that Gary and Steph sent you over there, and they will take care of you.
Please, definitely register. Go to e4experience.com, and you can register, and I'll be doing my keynote there. So if you're in the Boston, New York metro area as well, you can take the train in. I'd love for you to come check out my keynote. We won't be back in New York and New Jersey until the end of next year, so this is a great chance for you to see a regional show. And the next big AV show won't be until next February, which is ISE. And of course, we have a digital signage show coming up. We'll talk about that in just a second. But first, what's going on with Cydia Prep? You're there in the office, Steph. How are you going?
I'm there in the office. I think everything got packed last week. I was in the office and I was around when they were doing that. So all of our equipment's packed. We've got some team members flying out tomorrow morning early. A few people are already there. Yes. And then the rest of us are coming in today and tomorrow. Because the show's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yes. The thing nowadays, what you have to worry about is everyone healthy, right? You didn't have to ask that question 3-4 years ago. So we have backups just in case that happens. But hopefully that's like something that you have to think about so much more. Like even if someone is just feeling a little under the weather, you have to make that's so much more of an important decision to make now than it used to be. It wasn't before. You're just like, I mean, this, I think, because we actually had an intern one time who came and actually got sick. He actually has appendix taken out, I think. And then came like 2 days later. Do you remember that? We actually had one. It was crazy. Like I would never do that. I would never. But he had some kind of operation. I'm pretty sure his appendix were taken out. And then he showed up at the show like a couple days later. And we've had, of course, people come to the show and say, well, I just wasn't feeling good, but I felt obligated to come. That's not the world anymore. That's not how we do things anymore. If you're feeling under the weather, we don't want you to go because one, it's no use working while you're sick, and two, don't get everyone else sick. Oh yeah, Steph. Guess what I got? Did you get your I got the new Apple Watch. Oh. Yeah, that's fun. What is it? What's it do? What's different about it? It's a lot bigger. A lot thicker. Look at that. And it has more buttons on it. I love the button. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that is many buttons. It's protected now. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, yeah. But this button here is an emergency button. So if you press this button, like if you're running and you press that button. I'd be scared that I'd accidentally hit it and the cops would come after me or something. Oh my gosh. So it keeps getting louder and louder and louder in case you're, I think this is great. Having two daughters, I love that feature. That's true. Sure they're using that. Does it still have the water feature where it it's actually, this is a diving watch now. You can now go over 100 feet. You can now go 150 feet with this watch. And it actually has a diver face to it as well. Oh, nice. Because the other one was just water resistant. I think I have just a water resistant. Yeah, this is a full-on diver's watch. Not that I dive, but anyway, I know that I can now. And that's what's important. Do you dive? No, but could you if you wanted to while wearing your watch? Yes. I swim a foot below the sea. The sea. You swim a foot below the sea. All right, Ariel. But no, I'm really impressed with this. It's very well made. I'm impressed. I was excited to get it. So it's called the Watch Ultra. Oh, the Ultra. Not just the regular watch. It's the Ultra. I have an old one. I think I have the 3rd generation watch. Oh, well, that's she's that's like kicking. A Swatch nowadays. Okay, well, she's still kicking, so don't worry about me. All right, so we got to talk about some upcoming shows in November 17th to 19th. We have DSE, Digital Signage Experience. Used to be called the Digital Signage Expo. Now it's called Digital Signage Experience. Definitely register for that show. Use the code rAVE GIFT when you go to registration. GIFT, rAVE GIFT, and
And you get in for free. And then E4 Boston, we already talked about.
Yes.
But so talk about Legrand AV's podcast series about video conferencing trends.
Yeah. So this is another one of our sponsors / partners here at rAVe TV. And they released a series of podcasts. It's 5 episodes. They released it last week. And they just got done posting like the 5 episodes. So it's kind of a mini series. And it's all about like video conferencing trends, what you need to know. So these are all about like mass deployments of equipment, how to build a room that might need to change in the future. Like, maybe you don't want to put things in permanently, but there are ways to get the equipment in that you need so that it can change if it needs to. Meeting equity, everyone loves talking about that these days. Is it actually important to have meeting equity? Do the people joining from home need to have the same experience as the people in the office? Like, these are all the kind of questions that they answer. Each episode is around 15 to 20 minutes. So you can totally binge all of these and be done in an hour. But yeah, highly recommend listening to this, because I don't know about you, Gary, but I do get overwhelmed by like just the constant amount of like media to consume about like, this is the new video conferencing trend. This is the new video conferencing trend. And this is like very digestible, like small little pieces of each question they're just very easy to answer, but also really relevant and good information.
Yeah, and you can find all that at legrandrave.com, and you can click on the news and events link, and you'll see the podcast there.
Yes.
We got some virtual events coming up, Steph. After Cydia, the week after Cydia, October 5th and 6th, we're going to do Replay Cydia Expo 2022.
Yes.
And tell them what Replay is real quick.
Sure. So basically, this is mostly made for people who aren't able to go to Cydia. This is kind of to give you the closest to the experience of being on the show floor with us as we can give you. So Gary and I are going to have show floor tours that we're going to include in this. We're going to, interview people on the show floor and include those interviews. We're going to include our favorite product videos so you can really see what the trends were on the show floor. So while we cannot give you the full experience of being at a trade show if you're not there, this is like the next best thing
to be in there. We'll shoot videos on every booth at the show floor, and we'll curate the best that we've seen. It's not sponsored coverage exclusively. There's some sponsored sessions, but in general, it's all organic stuff that we see on the show floor. We'll make sure we cover that, and we'll give out a few awards here and there during the show or afterwards as well. And then we have launch week coming up the end of October, October 24th through the 27th. If you don't know much about that, go to launch.com, lavnch.com, and you should definitely register for Launch Week 6. There's a Digital Science Day, Emerging Tech Day, Pro AV Day, and there's a UCC Day. So it has a day for what you might be interested in. We don't expect you to attend all 4 days, so just go to launch.com and register on the day that you're interested in. And hey, I did a launch and learn a couple weeks ago that I want to push again and talk about real quickly. It was sponsored by ADI, and it was with Chuck
Wilson, my best friend.
Sorry, Chuck Wilson at NSCA. All of a sudden, like, it went out of my head. Chuck Wilson at NSCA, who we didn't just do like a discussion. He actually cited some data on what's going on in the industry, what to expect, and and sort of how to deal with the changes that are going on financially and sort of the uncertainty. So definitely go back and watch. You can go to launch.com. Once you establish an account, which everyone by now has one, click on the on-demand section, and you can go watch that as a session. I highly recommend it. And how about our message from our third sponsor of the day? Sure. And then we're going to come out of that and talk about some new product news that we have posted on our website.
Sounds good.
When we're looking at vocal mics, we want the mic to produce the artist in a true form. And it was immediately obvious to us that the KSM-11 was doing that better than anything else.
When I compared it to the other very popular mic, the 11 had a much better high end to it. It was much smoother, much more natural.
I love it is because it makes my performance effortless.
The vocal is just more upfront somehow.
It's cutting right through. It just sounds so amazing.
The goal of the KSM-11 was to make the most transparent microphone capsule that we could Field testing is a critical component of designing a product at Shure. And working with industry engineers, we were able to identify the smallest detail decisions that had the greatest impact in design.
We were getting ready for a run of festivals. A festival is your best test, really, because it's outdoors, the elements and everything. She stepped out on stage and she still had clarity.
Benny was actually a totally different beast. He was a lot more comfortable, and the spill from the band was actually much lesser.
Those early KSM-11 prototypes sounded great. We could have actually shipped that product, but that's not how we do things at Shure.
Shure is a company that understands the bigger picture with their product and how they're designed not just for the user, but also the audience.
Rappers, MCs, they always cup the mic. That is the notorious problem with hip hop.
It's not very cool to hold a microphone like this, you know? So you need a microphone that sounds good when you hold it like this or when you hold it like this.
I actually talked to Shure and I said, boy, it'd be really nice if you guys had a mic that could do this. And so they sent me the capsule, the KSM-11, an early version of it. I sent back some notes. They sent me back another one and I was like, you nailed it, you got it. It is consistent whether or not your artist cups the mic.
As a musical theatre vocal mic, where achieving vocal clarity is absolutely sound design 101, my first experiences of it is that it is a great step forward.
One of the other things to consider when you pick a vocal mic isn't just how it sounds in the room, but how it sounds in broadcast. And we were so impressed with how it came across on the streams, on the broadcast, and how it stood up to being listened to in that environment, as well as in a busy room.
I love designing new microphones. As you design a product over years, you learn exactly what customers need. And being able to finally deliver that need to our customers is the most exciting part.
The KSM-11 compared to other capsules, I think it's far superior.
Put it in your lineup because it's going to be a natural sounding mic.
We're using it on our leading man with absolutely no debate.
It's honest and it does exactly what you need it to do as an engineer.
I can just trust it. I can trust that capsule to get the job done.
All righty, let's talk about what's going on at in and around our news at ravepubs.com. We have lots of news. Crestron is back at Cydia. It's the first time they've been there in 4 or 5 years in a big way. Crestron has been one of the anchor companies at Cydia, and they're back in a big way, and they're going to be debuting a new operating system at Cydia specifically for the home. So that's definitely worth going to see. We're also going to have a bunch of 4K stuff. No question, a bunch of 4K stuff. And Epson's going to launch. I got a chance to see this while I was out at Epson, but Epson's going to actually show a few different products. The 2350 is a brand new UHD-based HDR10 projector that's native 1920 by 1200, but actually does 4K using pixel shifting, and it looks like 4K. Like, you cannot tell. They're doing it fast enough. The refresh rate is fast enough that it looks like a full native 4K. So you're getting 4K. Cool. So you're getting, $15,000 worth of projector for less than half that price. And the lag is less than 20 milliseconds. So it's pretty substantial because it could be used as a gaming projector as well because of that.
Got you. And then Savant's also going to be at Cydia. And Savant actually just released some new resources to show homeowners all about smart energy, which I didn't know much about smart energy because I'd heard of it as like green energy or whatever. But they also have like virtual home tours, which are really cool on their website, Savant.
Yeah, they're getting heavier in the power management, power distribution side of the market. They see there's a great opportunity. And it used to be that was all, by the way, that was always marketed to people who lived in like places like we get hurricanes, which, by the way, our hearts go out to the people in Florida who are preparing for a bad hurricane right now. So be thinking about them, including a number of our friends' stuff. But ultimately, now a lot of people are thinking about saving money in their homes just because of the energy cost. Like, the cost of energy has almost doubled in the last 3 years.
That's true.
So everyone is paying more for everything. So I think there's there's a move towards power management and worrying about leaving things on and how much that's costing you. And Savant's getting into it in a big way. And Savant is the only Apple-based control system. So they use everything's based on the Apple Macintosh system. So for me, I love it because, I'm in the Apple ecosystem myself. Bunch of other things going on. First, or I should say, another major thing going on is during Digital Signage Week, but has nothing to do with Digital Signage Week. Sony's doing their AV Tech Expo 2022 at their headquarters, and they're actually going to do it instead of downstairs in the lobby area. For those of you who might have gone a couple of years ago during COVID, they're going to do it up in the office areas, and so you get a chance to see everything up there. And they're going to show the latest bravia displays. They have a bunch of partnerships with those bravia displays, as you know, new laser projectors, and they're going to, they say they're going to announce new products at that Tech Expo. So we'll definitely be there to cover that. That's on October 10th.
Yeah. So you're going to that?
I don't know if I'm the one that's going to go, but we are definitely going to have somebody who goes there. I know Emily's going to go, but I'm not sure if I'll be the one that goes to that, because I have the day before I'm at one of our other client sites. I might fly in from there to there. So we'll see.
Yeah.
You're
busy.
I think it's the 10th, isn't it? The 10th or the 11th?
Yeah, I think it's 2 days.
2 days.
I want to say.
Yeah, so we're dropping the link in for it right now. If you just go to look wherever you're looking, you'll see that it's the 11th. Sorry,
it's
the
11th and 12th.
Yeah. So the 10th, I'm at a client site, as you know, in St. Louis. But if I can get there, I'll definitely probably pop by for a day.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, their Tech Expo is sort of like probably one of the best brand-based regional shows, but they also incorporate a bunch of other brands with them. But we want to remind you that all of our news at ravepubs.com, we have a tremendous amount of news already on our website, thanks to Steph at ravepubs.com/Cydia 2022. I believe that's right. Is it Cydia Expo or Cydia? I think it's Cydia Expo 2022.
Yes.
It's Cydia Expo. So go to ravepubs.com/Cydia Expo 2022. You can see all the news we have right now on Cydia. And then, as you know, Steph, this converts into a video engine as well. So right now it's a bunch of news and video casts that we've done pre-show.
Yep.
During the show, by the middle of the second day, we'll probably have some videos up there, but certainly by the time we do replay the week after the show, we're going to have everything up there. And I'm going to guess we're going to shoot 600 to 700 videos, maybe.
That's hefty. I'm going to guess probably 450.
All right. The bet is on.
The bet is on.
We're going to tweet a lot too. So if you want to just follow us on social media, I'm going to do some live stuff on LinkedIn, and Steph and I are going to have Rave TV live every single day.
Every single day.
What time are we doing that, Steph? What time?
Different times each.
No,
day,
we're doing it live every day. So what time is it being streamed every day? I forget what time we're going to do it. I don't remember. We actually decided on a time.
I don't think
so. We will post that.
We will post what time.
We will put that on social media,
and
you might just see us pop up on your social media feeds, because we come to you live everywhere. Yeah. So just check us out. We're going to do live. We're going to Rave TV live every single day of the show floor. So
everyone on LinkedIn will get the notification.
Figure out the time.
Yeah, we better figure it out. It's literally.
I'm guessing it's somewhere between 1 and 2, so we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
That sounds good.
Anyway, look, Steph, have a safe flight. We're on different flights, but have a safe flight.
You too. And we're going to close out by showing you a little clip of a rants and raves that Gary did with Jason McGraw of Cydia Expo, just to get you guys excited and to show hey, yes, everything's on the show floor, but they have so much more this year. So check out this video, and then we're going to close out, and we will see you tomorrow when we do another episode of this. So
I just can't remember what time.
Bye.
The show Thursday through Saturday. So I'm just over the moon that we're going to be back in person live. And I think it's going to be an awesome event for everybody in the industry.
Yeah, and we'll be there, of course. Rave Pubs will be there shooting video at every single booth. So we're going to bring you the sort of the feel and the excitement of the show. In addition, we're going to do some live stuff on the show floor, including Rave TV is going to be live every day. Jason, you already described sort of what your expectations are, 15,000 people. Dallas is going to be a great welcoming city, because last time I was in Dallas for a show was Cydia, and it was one of the best shows I've ever been to. And in fact, it's the home of Cydia technically, right? I mean, it's where Cydia started years and years and years ago, 20 years ago, 19, 20 years ago. So Jason, we're finally going to have parties again too. We're finally going to have dinners, and we're going to have events after the show as well. So you'll have your sound rooms, you have your booth, you have your education, you have your 2 stages, right? You have the innovation stage and the smart stage, but also we're going to have parties and events and receptions as well, won't we?
And don't forget, on the show floor, to close the show on Thursday, the first night, You can actually come out and see a lot of luminaries from the industry perform in the CE Pro All-Star Band, including yours truly. I'm going to get up there for a couple tunes, but that's a great time.
Jason, what are you going to play?
I'm going to play my guitar, not the one on the wall back there, but another one, and I got to haul that down to Dallas. But we're going to rehearse, and it should be fun. Get a couple beverages and enjoy some great tunes. But that's one of many functions going on. There's also the Cydia member reception on Friday evening with the Cydia Awards in the ballroom there at the convention center. So a lot of great networking events, and we've heard of a lot of manufacturer events. And there's also a new experience this year called Destination Backyard that's outside in front of Hall C, out front with Coastal Source and Shura. We also have Origin Acoustics. They'll be greeting people as you get off the shuttle bus at the convention center. So a lot of activations, a lot of activities going on.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.